Michael J. Fox. A name that once echoed with laughter, charm, and the unmistakable energy of a young man who conquered both Hollywood and the hearts of millions. But in 2025, the story of Michael J. Fox is not just about fame and fortune. It is about resilience, pain, near-death experiences, and a fragile hope that continues to keep him alive in the hearts of his fans. This is not just another celebrity lifestyle story. This is the raw, dramatic, and emotional journey of a man who has given everything to the world of entertainment, only to fight his toughest battle behind closed doors. Think back to the 1980s. A young, ambitious actor with bright eyes and quick wit landed the role of Alex P. Keaton. In Family Ties, it wasn't long before Michael became a household name. His timing was flawless, his charisma magnetic, and then came Back to the Future, the film that would define his career and transform him into a global superstar. With Marty McFly's skateboard, guitar, and time-traveling DeLorean, Michael J. Fox wasn't just acting on screen. He was creating an icon. But behind the flashing cameras and endless applause, a storm was quietly brewing inside his body. At just 29 years old, Michael was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a cruel twist of fate that would shadow him for the rest of his life. Imagine being at the peak of your career, adored by millions, and suddenly being told that your body will no longer obey you. Tremors, stiffness, pain, symptoms that no amount of talent, money, or fame could cure. Michael kept it hidden at first, terrified of what the world might think. But eventually, he revealed his secret, and instead of fading away, he became a beacon of hope. The Michael J. Fox Foundation, founded in 2000, went on to become the world's leading organization dedicated to Parkinson's research. Through his pain, he gave purpose. Through his suffering, he gave strength. But the years have not been kind. By 2025, his condition has worsened. Fans whisper about his frail appearance, his long absences, and the terrifying rumors that he has suffered multiple strokes, near-death experiences that left him closer than ever to the edge. Friends close to Michael admit that his body has endured more than most can imagine. He has stumbled, he has fallen, he has been hospitalized, and yet, he keeps fighting. It is as if every day is both a battle and a victory. Every smile he gives is a reminder that he refuses to let the disease win. But make no mistake, his days are not easy. The simplest tasks take immense effort. Speaking, walking, even holding a glass of water. These are now challenges that test him every single day. And yet, his spirit shines through. Michael has always had a wicked sense of humor, even in his darkest times. He once joked that Parkinson's had given him a gift, the gift of understanding what truly matters in life. That ability to laugh at his pain, to turn his suffering into something meaningful, is perhaps his greatest strength. In 2025, he spends much of his time surrounded by his family. His wife, Tracy Pollan, has been his rock since the day they married in 1988. Together, they raised 4 children, and though Michael has been stripped of much of his physical strength, his role as a father and husband remains his proudest achievement. But the whispers grow louder. Has he had a stroke? Has he come close to death? Those who know him say yes. He has faced life-threatening moments, times when his body almost gave up, and yet he survived. His fans wonder, how long can he keep going? How much fight does he have left? Michael himself once admitted in an interview that he does not expect a cure in his lifetime, but he believes in hope. He believes in science. He believes that every dollar raised, every trial funded, brings humanity one step closer to defeating Parkinson's. That perhaps will be his true legacy. As for his lifestyle in 2025, it is not one of luxury excess. Unlike many Hollywood stars who flaunt their wealth in flashy cars and sprawling mansions, Michael's world has grown quieter, simpler. His focus is not on material possessions, but on moments, small, precious moments with his family, moments of laughter with his grandchildren, and moments of gratitude for the life he has lived. Yes, he still owns beautiful homes, but his days of fast-paced Hollywood living are long gone. Now, peace and comfort matter more than glamour. Yet, there is still something magnetic about him. Even frail, even weakened, Michael J. Fox continues to inspire. His speeches, though slower, carry weight. His presence, though fragile, still lights up a room. He is not just a celebrity anymore, he is a symbol of perseverance, a symbol of courage, a symbol of what it means to keep going when life tries to knock you down, again and again. 2025 might be the twilight of Michael J. Fox's story, but it is also the climax of his legacy. His journey has never been ordinary, never been predictable, never been anything less than extraordinary. And as the world watches him battle the cruel progression of Parkinson's disease, an illness that has haunted him for decades, the story of Michael J. Fox is no longer just about movies, or money, or Hollywood fame. It has become something far more powerful. It has become a story of resilience, hope, and the kind of courage that inspires generations. Near death, but not defeated. Broken in body, but never in spirit. These words define Michael J. Fox in 2025. Every headline that mentions his name seems to focus on his health, his struggles, his frailty. And yet, what most forget is that Michael has always been more than his illness. Even when he was first diagnosed at just 29 years old, he never let the disease define him. Instead, he He redefined what it meant to live with Parkinson's. He turned a private nightmare into a public mission, raising more than $2 billion for research through his foundation. That is not the act of a defeated man. That is the legacy of a fighter. His last hope is not just for himself. It never has been. Michael J. Fox has never been selfish with his pain. He has shared it openly, sometimes with humor, sometimes with heartbreaking honesty, so that millions of others who suffer from the same disease could find a voice through him. His last hope is for the millions of Parkinson's patients across the world who wake up every morning struggling with the same tremors, the same stiffness, the same uncertainty about the future. For them, he hopes for a cure. For them, he hopes for progress. For them, he endures his own suffering with dignity, knowing that his fight lights the way for others. But let us step back for a moment. To truly understand the Michael J. Fox we see today in 2025, you have to understand where he came from, and how he became the legend we know. Born in 1961, in Edmonton, Alberta, Michael Andrew Fox, who later added the J as a tribute to actor Michael J. Pollard, was a Canadian kid with big dreams. He was small in stature, barely 5'4", and often underestimated. Teachers and classmates doubted his future, telling him he might never make it. But Michael had something they didn't see: drive. Pure, unstoppable drive. At just 15, he was already acting in Canadian television. And by 18, he moved to Los Angeles with nothing but determination and a belief that he could succeed. It didn't take long before the world noticed him. By the early 1980s, he was cast as Alex P. Keaton in the sitcom Family Ties. The role made him a star overnight. Audiences loved his sharp wit, his boyish charm, and his comedic timing. Michael J. Fox wasn't just acting, he was stealing every scene, outshining everyone around him. He won 3 Emmy Awards for the role, proving that the small Canadian kid with the big dreams had officially conquered Hollywood. But the real turning point came in 1985 with Back to the Future. Marty McFly wasn't just a character, he was a cultural phenomenon. The DeLorean, the hoverboard, the time travel adventures, these became symbols of an entire generation. Michael was no longer just a TV star. He was a global superstar, one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. He followed this success with hits like Teen Wolf, The Secret of My Success, and Doc Hollywood. By the late 1980s, Michael J. Fox was on top of the world. And yet, life is never as perfect as it looks. Behind the laughter and applause, Michael's health began to betray him. At 29, just as his career was soaring, he received the devastating news he had Parkinson's disease. Doctors told him the truth. It was incurable, and it would only get worse with time. Imagine hearing that at the very moment when everything in your life seemed unstoppable. For most people, it would have been the end of hope. But for Michael, it was the beginning of a new chapter. At first, he hid the diagnosis. For nearly a decade, he kept it secret from the public, masking his tremors with clever acting choices, hiding the pain during interviews, pretending everything was fine. But by 1998, the truth came out. And when it did, Michael didn't shy away. Instead, he stepped into the spotlight once again, this time, not as a Hollywood star, but as a warrior. He founded the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which went on to become the largest nonprofit funder of Parkinson's research in the world. Through his work, he gave Parkinson's a face, a voice, and most importantly, hope. Fast forward to 2025. The boy who once traveled through time on screen is now locked in a daily battle with his own body. Parkinson's has stolen much of his mobility, weakened his voice, and caused devastating falls that left him with broken bones and surgeries. In recent years, he has suffered strokes and near-death scares, leaving fans terrified that the end is near. Yet somehow, Michael continues to endure. The man who once zipped across movie screens on a skateboard now struggles to walk without help. The actor whose voice once charmed millions now speaks with effort, sometimes softly, sometimes haltingly, and yet, his presence remains as powerful as ever. When Michael J. Fox enters a room, people don't see a broken man. They see courage. They see resilience. They see a living legend who refuses to let life defeat him. And what about his lifestyle in 2025? Unlike many Hollywood celebrities, Michael does not flaunt his wealth or live extravagantly. Yes, he has beautiful homes and financial security. His net worth is estimated to be over $65 million, much of it earned from his acting career and his foundation's success. But Michael's life now is simple. It revolves around his family, his wife Tracy Pollan, and their 4 children. Tracy, his partner since 1988, has stood by him through everything: the fame, the diagnosis, the surgeries, the close calls with death. She has been his anchor, his caregiver, his constant source of strength. Together they created a home full of love, laughter, and resilience. When fans see Michael today, they don't see Hollywood glitz. They see a man sitting with his grandchildren, telling stories of the past. They see him smiling despite the tremors, cracking jokes despite the pain. They see a man who has chosen love, family, and purpose over fame and material excess. But make no mistake, Michael J. Fox's story is also one of tragedy. His health continues to decline, and fans wonder how much longer he can hold on. Every time news breaks of a hospitalization, of a fall, of a scare, people fear the worst. The strokes he suffered brought him dangerously close to death. And yet, here he is in 2025, still fighting, still breathing, still inspiring. Perhaps that is the true magic of Michael J. Fox. He was once a time traveler on screen, and in many ways, he has become one in real life. He takes us back to the joy of our childhoods, when Marty McFly was the coolest kid in town. He brings us into the present, showing us the raw reality of aging, illness, and human struggle. And he pushes us into the future, with his relentless hope for a cure that might one day change millions of lives. So, what is Michael J. Fox's legacy? It is not just the laughter of family ties. It is not just the time-traveling adventures of Back to the Future. It is not just the awards, the fame, the money. His legacy is something greater. It is the courage to face death with a smile. It is the decision to use his platform not for self-glorification, but for the betterment of humanity. It is the proof that a man can be broken in body, but unbreakable in spirit. And so, as fans look at Michael J. Fox in 2025, they see more than a celebrity lifestyle. They see the story of a fighter, a man who has endured a stroke, faced near death, and still clings to his last hope. His legacy is already secured, but his fight is not yet over. The question is, how much longer can he hold on? And when he finally leaves this world, will we ever see another star quite like him? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Michael J. Fox's story will never be forgotten. He is not just He is not just a Hollywood icon. He is a symbol of perseverance, courage, and hope. And long after he is gone, his spirit will continue to inspire millions. Disclaimer: the content in this video is based on publicly available information, media sources, and opinions. It is created for entertainment and educational purposes only. We do not claim or guarantee that every detail is 100% accurate.